Okay, so this is going to be a quick look at the probably 85% complete main fire kit that I'm going to be taking on most of the rest of my trips, especially this year, if not beyond. Now there are 3 pieces that are still coming. That'll be here in about a week or 2, but I don't have anything planned until after that anyway. And I'm going to make some other changes to this in a couple weeks based on those as well. So, but for right now, this is my adjusted fire kit based on one from last year. I never did a video on it, but I'm adding to it, upgraded the bag and all that other stuff. We're going to start on the outside just because this is the Maxpedition. This is one of their bigger hip packs. Honestly can't remember the name of it. I think it's the we'll find out later. But this thing is phenomenal. It's not the mini or micro, it's the one above that. The first thing, I got a little PVC patch here, fire kit inside. I know what's in here, but others may not. I've got a document in here that's just something fun I threw together. I got these in a giveaway not too long ago. But I got a whole set of them. And these are the Learn and Live cards from UST. This one happens to be for fire building. I figured it would be appropriate for a fire kit. Just to throw something in there in case, worst possible scenario, I'm out with a friend, I get knocked out, they got to build a fire, don't really know how. This will, if they can't figure out a lighter, then we may need to address our friendship, but this will help. Just some quick tips, and who knows, maybe learn something. Then these zipper pulls here, they're going to get replaced with some of the fire cord I've got. Not in here, but I've got a hank of it in the other room. So when we open this up, you can see where it's nice and packed. There's still quite a bit of room in different places, and as the other pieces get here, a couple things are going to come out. But for right now, if I were to leave and go, boom, here's what we got. Now we're going to start over here on this side with the really good, nice and easy pocket bellows. Keeps you away from the fire, lets you get some air into your nests. Takes up little of the room. We'll go here. This is a 1 gallon freezer Ziploc bag. This is in here mostly to, as you're walking through or doing whatever, this will allow you to gather some dry kindling, keep it dry if it's raining, just a place to put it so it doesn't get either all over the inside of your bag or backpack. So, plus water container. Again, this one's fire kit. This is not a water kit or anything else. This is just for fire. Got a piece of fat wood here, and this is the cord I was talking about. It's the Tinder, and it's got this red bit in here that you pull out from the inside. You open it up and fluff it, and it becomes tinder. This is what I'm going to replace the zipper ties with, is this stuff here. So again, just fat wood, we all know what it's for. Scrape it down, take a feather stick or just a bunch of shavings, light it on fire. Works really, really well. This is like 4th or 5th one of those I'm going through. Then right here, dual pair. Big old ferro rods. Got some Gorilla tape, make a handle, and then they each have their own striker. 2 is one is none. This one here you can see I've gotten some use out of. I'm lazy, so I will generally use a lighter, but every now and then I just like to throw some sparks. And there are so many of those things on Amazon to find and buy that it's just silly. I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way here. Now there's one more bit in here. This was from Pathfinder school. This came with my canteen kit, water bottle kit, and all that, stove. And these are just like a paraffin impregnated. They're basically cotton face swabs, but these things, I haven't used them personally, but I've seen them in use. I've seen them demoed. Great. Tear them apart, fluff them up, light them up. So that's the Pathfinder, and that's all on this side for now. Other stuff coming, it'll be here. So we're going to hit the middle here with the very obvious Zippo. And these are big old freaking matches. So these are basically like the USD, the Titans, or the UCOs. Titan matches. These things are phenomenal. They burn almost forever. You can't blow them out. You can't put them out in the water. They even tried covering them in dirt. It still didn't work. But always have matches, some kind, anyway. And this one, they just work. And it's Zippo. I mean, we all know Zippo. So up here again, more Zippo. In here is fluid. There's fluid in here. Got an extra flint that's in this thing. And this isn't really needed right here just because I'm not actually carrying a Zippo anymore. I used to. And then in here we have just another striker type. As you can see, works really well, but also we've got these things, and you just fluff them up, put them on a stick, light it, throw it in the middle of your fire, and boom, you're done. And this is where you can replace that flint. Zippo just makes great things. I enjoy. But there's a reason why I carry this, and I'll show you here next. And this is one I actually kind of consider myself lucky for being able to get at $22. This is the Exotac Titanlight in orange. And this thing has been my go-to lighter now for the last 2 years. This thing just always lights. I haven't actually been out camping probably 3 months with all this stuff going on. I've had this for almost 3 years going, and I've only filled it up once. It just always lights. It does not, the O-ring seal, it just does not allow anything to leak out. And that's what the fuel's for. I haven't even had to get into it. Plus it uses Zippo stuff. But these things are so hard to find right now. I think the last one I saw was like $130 something for the green one. I don't know why, but I'm glad I have mine. I'm not giving it up. And as you notice, the orange kind of theme going. And next to that is my second lighter. 2 ferro rods, 2 lighters. Got this thing, which is just an extra like ferro rod. But this is the Exotac case for Bic. And the nice thing about this is you don't have to worry about your button getting depressed. Just sits in here and boom, done. And again, orange, so I couldn't find it. And you can see this stuff is everywhere. And then the last bit of the main part of the kit is this is the Ranger Grip Swiss Army knife. And I've done a video on this one, but this goes in this kit for 2 reasons. Locking blade allows to process stuff like this or finding other tinder. And then You know, I was thinking about doing the one of the silky pockets, but you know, I want to minimize the amount of tools in here and try and stick with just one. And the saws on these things are phenomenal anyway, so this Ranger grip just does everything I need it to for this kit. Plus, you know, it's my third knife. I carry a knife for processing food. I carry one for, you know, my survival knife, and then I carry something like I carry this. Once I got this thing, this was godsend. Love it. And there's one other part in here that won't stay in here because it's kind of an emergency kit. We're going to move this out of the way. But as you can, oh, there we go, max position, yeah. So as you can see, there's plenty of room in this kit, but I'm going to move this just to the side for now. And this thing, I think I did a video on this, so I'm not going to go too detailed. But this is in there just because I don't have anywhere else to put it right now. This is probably going to go on the motorcycle and stay there. I've got a couple, actually 3 Ranger bands on an Altoids tin covered in Gorilla Tape. And what we've got is just another simple micro fire kit. And here we've got some of that tinder from inside of here and just some other cordage right there. Tinders, they work really, really well. Small flint and steel or fire steel, you know, it works. I haven't really used it other than to test it, but you know what, it fits into here. Got a whistle and then a lighter. This thing I filled this up when I first made this kit years ago, probably 3, maybe 4 years ago. I've only ever filled it once, and this thing just lights. So these little pill lighters, they don't leak. So, you know, like I said, this thing been here forever. It just stays in this kit. I don't do anything with it. And then in the bottom of here, I got a few other little things. Here's some tin foil, aluminum foil there. I've got a compass, which you can use. This came from a little survival kit. I don't even know what it's from. Can't remember. But looking at that, it's Brunton. So, you know, signal mirror. Got a compass that you can use with fluid to try and figure out which direction. But I've always got at least one compass with me. And then the other thing too in here, just as a third way of starting a fire, is a Fresnel lens. Also helps with that. So again, this kit, this one right here is not one that I'm going to keep in my main camp gear. This one's going to stay on the motorcycle. And that's really about it. You know, my goal with my main fire kit was to get my big bases covered with a lighter, 2 lighters actually, and no, it's just, yeah, it's 2 lighters, a couple ferro rods, a backup way of striking or making combustion, and then I've got matches here as I always go to, and then a few bits of tinder. Nothing, you know, nothing that's going to wow really anybody. It's just stuff that I know in my experience works well, and it's stuff that I'm familiar with, comfortable with, and like. And that's really, when we build our kits, that's the main goal, is to get stuff that we're used to using, we like, and we're comfortable with. So with that, we're going to stuff all this stuff back in here except for this bit. I'm going to put that on the side. It was just in the kit because that's where it was. So, I can't wait for the big stuff to get in here. The neat stuff, and I'll do another video when they get here. So the biggest just comes down where stuff goes will change. I know that for a fact. I'm not extremely happy on how it's going right now. But since I'm not planning on heading out camping right now, it's all good. Now, one thing I would like to see is, I'd like to see some comments, what others are throwing in their kits. It doesn't have to be an end-all be-all. It could just be a backup kit, or what you take when you're camping as opposed to backpacking, or whatever other activities you like doing. I combine motorcycling and camping a lot, so I tend to make 2 kits, one for camping only when I'm in the car, and then I'm going to go hiking to wherever the location is, and then one for the motorcycle, which is usually a little smaller, that fits within the storage space I have with the bike, which is definitely less than, of course, the trunk of the car. I can't wait to get this other stuff coming in. It's really gonna be cool. One's got a fat rope stick is coming. I've got some of the Tinder tape, and I have a kind of like an old-fashioned. It's basically a lamp wick. It's impregnated with some beeswax, and it's got a piece of steel wrapped around, and it's more like an ember. It's just yet another way of doing the same thing over and over again, and that is creating fire. The very first piece of technology that mankind ever really had. As you see, this stuff fits really, really easy into this bag. It's just, and again, there is room for more. Since it's changing, we're just going to make it that easy. I said, this, do you need a bag like this for a fire kit? Nah, not really, but like I said, for carrying some tinder, keeping it dry, or just, it's a 1 gallon freezer bag, so it'll take some beating before it gives up the ghost. And, extra water. Again, as we close this up, you're replacing these with those pair of tinder. And I'll put my little booklet back into the front. So here we have my fire kit. Again, always subject to change, and it's always growing. As you can see, there is plenty of room to add stuff into here. This thing is nowhere close to being full. And with molly webbing and everything else, this is going to be good to go, as Corporal says. It is fire as fuck. So, until next time, or the next bit of gear I want to show off, we'll say goodnight. Have a good one.